Alright, CSS battle time, and we have arrows. Interesting. That doesn't look like a 40 or a 90-degree angle. I could be wrong. It's interesting. Okay. So, what we could do... I don't think a double border will work on this one. Because it seemed like yesterday I did 30 pixels with the double border. And mouse isn't working. Oh boy. I can't click and drag properly. There it goes. Finally got back into working order. I think it's a RAM issue on this laptop, and it forgets how to mouse. It can't do a click and drag when there's a lot going on. I'll update the RAM someday. So when there's a border double, let's say 50 pixels. Let's margin this in so we can see it. Alright, so I did 50, and it seems like it makes it be 3 even parts. You see that? And the gap in the middle has the same background. So if we do 80. Yeah, so you see how the gap in the middle, it's 3 even parts still? I can't determine that gap. So this line right here can't be a double border. Question is, that does look like 90 degrees now, actually, that I look at it. So we could just do a border on the HTML and the body, rotate them, do 2 box shadow insets, and then have a linear gradient on it. Right? Let's do it. It's not a double border. Let's go solid. It's going to be like 30 pixels or maybe 40. Now let's start with 30. We'll see how it is. Let's turn off margin at the moment. And what we'll do is we'll end up having to set a different margin, I think. Let's get our color in here. Okay. Let's throw a rotate on it and just see what it looks like. Because I feel like... Ooh. Oh, yeah. We're getting a rotate and then another rotate on the body. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens if we just select the HTML and throw the rotate up in there. I think that will give me the behavior I was hoping for. Yeah, okay. All right, so we need to square this up. So I think our sides actually need to come in. We need a margin of 0.50. Margin. Okay, and I need to do that on just the HTML. We are pretty close. Let's see if I... 60? 70. Ooh. 10. 20. Hey, there we go. Okay, so our inner margin needs to be either, I think it needs to be a little bit more. It needs to be 10. The default margin on the body is is 8, and I think it needs to be 10. So do I overwrite it? Is there a better way to overwrite that? Let's just get it. Let's let's nest inside here and just leave this border where it's at right there. Um, and that looks like I need, nope. Okay, so that one's 10, but it seems like top and bottom. 8, 9, whoa. That was wild. Why does it not seem like it's like the two bottom sides aren't matching up there? Does you see that in the diff how it's looking a little bit odd? It's concerning. Is it different widths? That seems strange how like this one would be sticking out. Oh, no, it shows that it needs to be coming up a little bit more. Do I need to do... Okay, I can control each one, but it looks like the border actually needs a different width for those two. Oh man, okay. This is one of those weird ones. I think I can do that. Let's just get the rest of this finished up, and then I know how to fix that. What we need is now on this one, I can't do a linear gradient to hide those borders. Maybe I need to do an element up on top of these. Because I'm thinking of just making something mask it, I'm not sure how else to do that. I was thinking box shadow inset, but that's going to happen inside the border, so that won't work. Um, hmm. Border image? Is that what I need? Where I can do the slice parameter? Because I think you can just set the width of it. I don't know that very well. Alright, I have another idea. Instead of doing a linear gradient for this bar in the middle, let's put in a p tag. Alright, so p tag is getting rotated again. It has those borders for its width. I want to... Oh no, it's not getting rotated. That's what's happening. So what if we... How do I do this? I only want I want another rotate on that p tag so that it's perpendicular in line, and then I can change the border width to get my width and have it stretch full length with some negative margin. How do I go about this? Alright. I'm just going to rotate it. I think I forgot to set my timer, but I don't want to run too late. Wrong way. Alright. Border width. And then I might just set the width with a variable or use font or something. 10 pixels. Okay. So that makes it 20 pixels tall. Let's see what we can do with some margin. Okay. I think that's actually looking promising. And it's actually moving on the axes that we'd expect. because of the stacked rotates. Okay, so do I need 51, 52, 51? Okay, if I do any more than that, it starts getting really weird. Yeah, 51 seems better. That's not too shabby, actually, to get that bar placed. And then what I'm thinking I can do with this is box shadow. We're going to go 0 left and right, like 100 pixels down. Yeah, and then we're going to 0 and 50. 80? 90. That gets us there. And then we can go 180. 60, 50. There we go. And we have our masking element. We just have to put a background on this to finish off the coloring. There we go. Okay, it's not looking so bad now that I have the actual background on it. And then one more box shadow, 0, negative 150, 0, 90. Oh, let's do our color property so we don't have to put that color in twice. I wonder if I could have just, if I did that box shadow on everything with the color, I feel like it might actually save me a background. I'm already doing it on the P tag. Let's just see what happens if we take these two. Oh, come on. My mouse isn't working again. There it goes. And it starts working. Sometimes it just won't click and drag. Pull that out. We want this on everything. So let's put it on everything. Okay. All right. We covered over. I see why. Okay. We want it on the HTML and the P tag. All right. So let's Control Z. Let's put it here. Looks like our background's actually looking. Oh wait, let's pull the background off. Let's put it on our P tag and let's see. Okay, we get everything but inside the P tag. I could do an inset, but then I'd want that on the body too. And if I put this box shadow on the body, it hides. All right, hold on. I'm gonna check something here. I need. Okay, Control Z. There we go. Let's put this back down here. Where are we at? Okay. Okay, we have this working. Let's take background off. Let's go, let's pull these two out again. Let's just move them up. Let's move them into this. Okay. So it works on the paragraph tag. It works on the body, but the body ends up hiding the HTML with this. So we don't want it on the body. Okay, that was right. That was right. So if we move it all the way up to here, we get the same effect. There we get a little bit of something better, but then we do this, get our P tags. We still need the background inside. And writing a box shadow for the inside is going to be more than writing like an inset box shadow. It's just going to be more. I mean, I guess I could write. Oh, I could write one. Yeah, we're just going to go with the background, guys. And then we'll move this back down to our P tag. And it's got a weird outline to it, at least with the diff off. Let's hit submit. Let's just look at what we got going with this. 99.2. And that's not even close. Okay, we do have to do these borders. Let's see. The border width on the paragraph tag is good. It's this. What am I looking at? Oh, it's the margins here. Let's go 9. No, that one is 10. This one's 9. That one is 10. That one's 11. There we go. That one's 11. Let's move our box shadow. 51. 49. There we go. Our paragraph tag, I think it can come back down to, oh gosh, everything's wanting to move. And this can go back up to 50. And this one needs to be 151. This one's 149. Okay, this is seeming decent. Let's see if we got better in 99.2. 99.5. I don't like it. I don't like it. 0.5. Let's hit a submit. $99. Oh, that's even 99. How do we get 99? All right, I think right now what's happening is our paragraph tag is not playing nice. That 0.5 did look better, but it gave us a worse thing. Let's do this back to 10. That back to 10. Yeah, that looks bad. Okay, that looks a bit better. That looks, it's just, it moves everything off by just the tiniest bit. Let's hit submit. I might be stuck in sub-pixel pushing. 98.6. I'm even further away, and everything's moving everything. I don't like it. Okay. The rotated boxes could eventually work. That is the move, I think. I think this is a good solution. I just don't think I'm going to chase it to its conclusion. The only other way I could see of doing this sort of thing is by doing an element with a skewed with a box shadow, to do a single line with a box shadow and reflect it and duplicate that over here, because you'd only have to write one box reflect, and that should give you those, and then do the same paragraph tag, like in the middle or something. That's the only other way I see of being able to build this reasonably. You could do a linear gradient, but you would have to size it to an element like this big, because the repeats, actually the repeats would be a pain. Getting it to repeat just once, I don't think that's an option. And because of the slant, you can't really size it appropriately with the angles you would have on the element. So gradients wouldn't work. So skewing it and reflecting it would be how I'd go. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Come on, there it is. We'll at least, I'm going to minify this one, even though it's a hot mess. At least maybe it's an idea. It's just going to take a lot more pixel pushing than I have time for tonight. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, though. You know, let's see where we'd be if this was a decent solution. It'd probably be a few more characters in this. We're at 211. So to get it actually right, I'm sure there's some half pixels and some adjustments. But then I'd also be able to like do like 50 VH here for the 150 pixels, you know. And save some characters too. So I think this would be about the character solution with a lot of minute adjustments to clean this up. I don't know, is this line, you know, you look at these little lines on the diff, are these the problem? Or is it the paragraph tag with this faint line on the interior? You know, it's sort of, for some reason, it is rendering with that faint outline. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure. I wonder if putting a position fixed on it would actually fix that. I bet it has to do with the rotate. Whoa! That is fun. Alright, if I size this, border width is good. The margin is no longer appropriate. We'll have to fix that. Box shadow's fine once I get the width going. So let's go width 100. Alright. It still has that outline. So this isn't going to change anything. That's about right. Let's get our... Yeah, you see that outline? That's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Submit. We're at 236 characters, so that actually did add a fair bit. 98.9. Yeah, it's even worse. It's even worse. So, all right. I'll walk away. I'll walk away. It's okay. All right. Hope you guys had fun with this one. It's kind of a cool shape to do, but I didn't get it. All right. Bye.